Aktuell die Nummer 41 der Weltrangliste, The Machine Gun, Wattimena.
The Happy Bet German Darts Grand Prix continues here in Mannheim, and if you hadn't had your fill of unpredictable Dutch dart players after Jan Dekker's victory against Mickey Mansell, well, we've got a couple more for you right now. Michael Plooy and Wattimena, the man nicknamed the Machine Gun Wattimena, who, well, he came into a bit of form this year. He's looked dangerous. Pro Tour semi-final back in April, followed it up with another semi-final in Barnsley again in August. He's got the capacity to go deep into tournaments. He's added that to his arsenal over the last few months. Michael Plooy is a guy we've only really seen play PDC darts on the European Tour. And we've seen him a handful of times, and he's come very, very close to winning games without actually getting over the line. But a bit like Jan Dekker in the previous match, he's a guy who can look really, really good. And then 2 visits later, you wonder how that happened. It's a strange one.
To throw first. Game on.
And we've got a strange one in the commentary box as well, as Chris Murphy joins me, Dan Dawson, for this double Dutch affair.
I'm not going to respond to that. I'll just talk about the darts.
100.
And yeah, you're right, Dan. Michael Plooy has come close on the occasions he has been on this European Tour stage. It's his 4th appearance. Has met a couple of Dutch compatriots before as well. 6-5, he was beaten by Christian Kist at the German Darts Championship, and the following week, 6-4 to the great man, Raymond van Barneveld. Also edged out by Aidan Kirk at the European Darts Open. So he's always got at least 4 legs.
60.
And Wattimena, someone I'd describe as a hit-and-miss player. He's 29 years old, but you always feel like he's one of the rising young stars of the game. Hard to say what a youngster is in the game of darts, isn't it? Yeah, but yeah, 3 Pro Tour semi-finals in the space of the last 12 months. They're certainly capable.
Yeah, when he's on, isn't he? Yeah. And you can say that about so many players, but Wattimena is a guy who
34.
I think perhaps his throwing style lends itself to looking really, really good when he's hitting everything, because it just looks effortless. I mean, he's nicknamed the Machine Gun for a reason, but it is Plooy who's put himself in pole position to get this first leg.
That's good. That's not so good.
73.
That's wide, but it shouldn't matter, because he put himself in such a good position. He's going to get 3 clear darts.
100.
At double 8, and perhaps even more than that if he needs them.
Game short to the first leg.
The first one was all right. The second one was not, but the third one was a beaut. Double 8 finds the mark. Michael Plooy, 1-0. I've talked about this before. You look at the way Plooy throws his dart. I can't think of anybody who brings their arm back so much. I mean, he physically couldn't bring it back anymore. It is a huge amount of motion that arm goes through, and I think that might be part of the reason why
60.
Visit by visit he can look inconsistent. He can fire in a 181 visit and then follow it up with 26, because there's a lot that can go wrong. It travels a long way, that arm, before it releases the dart.
100.
Yeah, it's right back to the shoulder, isn't it? In fact, Wattimena's not far different, just a lot faster, so you don't get a chance to see the
60.
Full backlift in his throw. But I suppose, if anything, and we'll get Paul Nicholson to talk some sense as opposed to our nonsense on the issue,
100.
It gives him a reference point at least. If it's touching the body somewhere, he's throwing it, it's at least going back the same distance every time.
Yeah.
59. 161.
161. Half a dozen darts from it, so he's in a promising position in the context of the whole match already.
64.
Sensible use of the bullseye there gets him down to a 2-dart finish.
98. 97.
So, treble 19 for double top. Could have gone double-double, but he's gone for the 18s.
57. Domain you require 124.
Machine Gun looking at 124. Double 11.
130. Michael, you require 40.
Well, he got the difficult parts of that equation done, but the biggest bits wasn't hit.
No score. Jermaine, you require 11.
I thought he was going to repeat the trick from the first leg, where he gave himself a good marker, went the wrong side of it, and then went the right side of it and took it out. But he was unable to do so, and Jermaine Wattimena's got away with that. He's held his throw with a 21 darter, one apiece.
Game on.
Yeah, and Plooy has already missed 7 darts at double. Something to keep an eye on.
60.
They have met once before, these two, both Dutchmen, so they have to go through the...
60.
Well, until it becomes seeds, they'll go through the European qualifiers for most of these Euro Tour events. Of course, last weekend, the Dutch Darts Masters, they would have come through host nation qualifiers, had they made it through.
100.
But the one time they met was in qualifying for the European Darts Match Play, back at the end of May, and Wattimena was a 6-1 winner. So a convincing victory for the machine gun on that occasion. But he could well have found himself 2-0 down here.
140.
Well, he hasn't been too convincing on the European Tour in 2017, has he? I think he's won just one match in 3 previous European Tour tournaments this year. That was against Bernd Royth, the host nation qualifying the very first of this year's 12 events.
60.
Of which this is number 10.
Yeah, so a lot of work to do if he's going to make it to Hasselt in Belgium for the second consecutive year. Did make it there last year, went out in the first round, but just getting there is an achievement.
Yeah, I mean, even Paul Nicholson's ahead of him.
Ooh, dear. I think even Jermaine Wattimena gave you a look there.
You require 101. 69. Michael, you require 56.
Well, he's missed plenty of darts at double already. Doesn't want to be making a habit. It's a good guide.
He shows
the third barrel.
Michael Plooy will play Jermaine
and
to
edges ahead.
Yeah, I like that. Under pressure. Last dart in hand. Hits the double. Making use of his marker, as he did in the first leg, but was unable to do in the second.
$79.
First European Tour win. A carrot for Michael Plooy.
96.
And a second round meeting with the Diamond Ian White, number 11 seed here this weekend.
Yeah, Tony Martinez managed that at his very first attempt in this afternoon's opener, beating Paul Rowley. We've then seen Jamie Caven
60.
knock out Max Hupp and Jan Dekker. Defeat Mickey Mansell. Still to come, Mick Todd against Richard North follows
58.
this one. Nathan Aspinall against the man we just mentioned, Bernd Royth. Darren Webster against Ryan Meikle. And Ronnie Hybrex versus Zoran Lurchbacher in a mouth-watering end to this afternoon's session.
81.
The Rebel and the Hypercane rounding things off here in Mannheim for the afternoon session.
100.
Done for Wattimena, got his nose in front.
$60.
And it will stay in front, 50. At least for now.
96.
We should get at least 2 darts for 2-2.
$77. You require 54. You show to the full flag, Jermaine Wattimena. The flag Michael to throw
Wattimena
first.
beat
Game on.
Michael Ratzovitz and Nick Hofstra, 6-4 and 6-0. To book his place here in Mannheim.
140.
Mike de Dekker was the big name that Plooy took out in his qualifiers.
100.
Also saw of Martin Kersbeek in a deciding leg.
Yeah, frustrating for
85.
Mike Dedecker. I know the qualifier had already been played, but he impressed in his opening match last week
100
in Maastricht.
So just the two Belgians in action today. One of them we've seen already, Tony Martinez.
100.
He'll be back tomorrow. Ronnie Huybrecht's hoping to join him. His brother Kim entering
95.
the seeded stages tomorrow. Kim an ever present on the European tour. Only he and Peter Wright have that. And this the 50th Euro Tour event
45.
since its inception in its current format. Or well, its current guise. It has changed its format slightly.
150.
Now, is this the moment we see the first break of throw in this one? 4 consecutive holds we've had. Plooy won't take out the 1-3-1. Wattimena may start on the bullseye, which should guarantee him a dart for the leg.
Well, will he? He didn't. He gambled and he was...
Game shot.
It has paid off in the end.
Jermaine Wattimena. 6th leg, Jermaine to throw first.
I'm still working out whether he had actually gone for the bullseye or the treble 17. It's kind of the old cross comes shot, wasn't it, from the left winger? But all that matters is he's got a 3 in the legs 1 column.
Well, he was right to make that decision. Treble 14, double 16
85.
saved him. And again, we see Jermaine Wattimena, just with the way that he goes about his business, he charges to the oche.
100.
And just cannot wait to rattle through each visit. And when they go where he wants them to go, it looks effortless.
You try and work out by looking at the player's face which way they're going. Difficult to tell that. I'm not sure he knew when he was going to the board.
No, it's almost by instinct, Jermaine Wattimena, and maybe he's getting going now.
Well, he knew where he was going then. First one of the match.
I mean, we talk about all the quick players, you know, Van der Voort and Ricky Evans and Van Gerwen, but this lad is right up there with the quickest in the business. And he's even had to stop himself there just to figure out what he was supposed to be going for.
They're on the verge of leaving himself 21.
$140, when you require 56.
Well, for a bit of daylight between these two.
Yeah,
really good. 14 darter for Jermaine Wattimena.
7th leg, Michael.
Is he just grabbing a hold of this game?
Plenty of speedy players still to come this evening. Jamie Bain against Steve Beat, and that should be a rapid affair. Vincent van der Voort follows that as well.
140.
Yeah, some intriguing matchups today.
60.
Beat and Bain looks tasty. Robert Owen versus Christoph Ratajski. Robert Owen making the final day of action in the last Euro Tour event, as did Christoph Ratajski, both for the first time. You see the stats there. Plooy, actually 10 points clear in the first 9, but 4 points down overall.
60.
Well, he's had more darts at double. Plenty more darts at double than his opponent. 2 out of 10. Michael Plooy.
Well, you see,
121.
he's missed more darts at double than Jermaine Wattimena's had. But it is the machine gun who finds himself 4-2 up.
140.
Just keeps him interested in this leg. That's on 40.
$140.
With the way that Plooy is missing his doubles, Wattimena
100.
probably needed another one of those trebles, really.
Well, no guarantee that 42 will go, bearing in mind the statistics we've just been discussing.
22. The man you require 141.
It hasn't gone.
And an extra 40 points off that 141 could... Oh, maybe he doesn't need him. Oh, well, he got a dart for the double anyway.
Wouldn't have
Michael, you
mattered.
require 20.
Is a 20 going to go? Double 5, doesn't want to go inside, hasn't, and has left a good guide.
In short, in the 7th leg, Michael Plooy, flag Jermaine to throw first.
Well, largely, when Plooy has given himself a marker, he's been quite good at using it. Which is surprising considering how many darts at double that he's missed. But when he's given himself something to just guide it in, most of the time he's been able to.
38.
Me.
Yeah, the good miss, if you like.
60.
Is that one dart missed at double 12 going to come back and haunt Jermaine Wattimena? Take it out for a 1-4-1. He's 5-2 up.
140.
It would feel harsh, wouldn't it? If that were to be the turning point.
55.
So as many a wise darts player has said, that's darts, Dan.
Yeah. Wow.
100.
I thought earlier on that Max Hopp was going to go on and win his game with a 82 average or whatever it was, having lost last weekend in the first round with a 100 average. That is darts.
100.
Well, no treble here. He has
90.
found a treble.
Michael, you require 138.
Gets him on a 2-darter. Plooy needs 2 trebles to leave himself a finish.
86. Jermaine, you require 96.
There is some pressure. Certainly now. Finds a treble.
80.
But not the double.
Michael, you require 52.
So for a level game, having survived the dart for a 5-2 deficit. And Michael Plooy is right back in this one. He's got the throw in 2 of the 3 remaining legs. Jermaine Wattimena. Is this game slipping away from him?
Well, 3 appearances on the European Tour for Michael Plooy. He's managed to get 4 legs once, 5 legs twice. And he finally make it to 6.
95.
And get himself a place in the second day of action.
100.
Ooh,
42.
Yeah. Well, in what is effectively a 1-2 game now, every poor visit is amplified.
83.
And if he doesn't find a treble, especially now, he's handed the darts to his opponent in this leg.
Back-to-back visits of 42 and 30, and you cannot afford that at any stage of the game, let alone at this stage of the game. And he's just gifted Jermaine Wattimena an opportunity here.
125.
Well, this is the thing with Michael Plooy. You've got no idea, visit by visit, what he's going to do. I mean, he looks brilliant at times and then just frustrating at others. This might be brilliant.
That's darts.
That is darts. That is darts.
66.
Oh, one of those. We're all familiar with those ones.
101, we saw Max Hopp clean this up earlier on.
45.
Wattimena doesn't need to.
Michael, you require 143.
Or did he? No, he didn't need to.
100.
56 then.
56.
For Wattimena. To place himself in the position of throwing for the match.
16. Michael, you require
But a chance
43.
that's been thrown away.
1 dart at double 12 to break Plooy in the last leg he threw. He's had 2 darts at tops there. He's missed all of them. And Jermaine Wattimena, double 13.
17.
Well, well, well. I assume he was going 3 for double top, and he's hit the 17. And maybe it just threw him off because he didn't really threaten, and he's been punished. And Jermaine Wattimena. Well, I think that answers all questions about how important he felt that to be.
And the machine gun is firing now.
Consecutive shouts of get in on consecutive visits for Jermaine Wattimena. Oh, now then! It's getting a bit lively in Mannheim, isn't it?
Certainly is.
100.
Well, somehow
85.
forced the final dart into the treble. But could be still in trouble.
80.
Oh, bounce out. Could be a costly one.
It could, because the difference between 130 and 150 is vast. Because 130, all you need is a treble 20 and a single, and you get a dart for the match. Now, as it is, Michael Plooy's not left to finish, and that means Jermaine Wattimena's got 2 visits to see this off, but he's going to need them. Well rescued, Jermaine Wattimena, the pump of the fist. He thinks he has Plooy right where he wants him. 3 match darts at double 16 for Jermaine Wattimena. It has been a strange old game. Very, very difficult one to predict, but Wattimena, the machine gun. Double 16 for 6-4.
And there it is. No shout of get in. As the final dart hits the double. But a dodgy little dance on the hook if he goes to retrieve it, and Jermaine Wattimena moves through to the second round of the Happy Bet German Darts Grand Prix. Michael Plooy falling at the first hurdle for the 4th time. Hasn't got past this stage yet. Wattimena through to take on Ian White tomorrow as the seeded players join the action. We'll have a quick word with him, and then we will be back to see who will take on Michael van Gerwen tomorrow. It will be either Mick Todd or Richard North. Stay tuned for that one.
Jermaine, congratulations. That was a difficult one, huh?
Yeah, very difficult. I was 4th drop, I think, so I missed 1-4-1 with double 12, and he finished. And he finished a great leg after the leg. And then he missed two dice, I think so. And I finished. Last leg, I started 1-7-1, he 180. I think finally is enough. I'm happy with the win.
Yeah. Is it difficult to play a guy from the own country? Do you know him well, Michael?
It's always difficult to play own country. You know, the Dutch guys throw qualification for this European tours. Always tough games. And when you play against stage, it's different than on the floor.
Ian White is waiting. You need to improve a little bit, is that right?
I'm waiting as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Jermaine Wattimena. Der sagt, es ist nie leicht, hier gegen einen Landsmann anzutreten. War ein schwieriges Match. Nicht, dass